Hey guys, how you going? Just coming to you just to show you a little bit about our veggie garden. We have had a lot of tomatoes, um, too many for just two of us, so I am going to try them. I do have just over here, I have dehydrator that I've set and a whole heap of tomatoes. So here is one lot. And then I have all this and that and that. So I'm now going to prep these to go into the dehydrator, and then I'll jar them in pepper and garlic and spices. So this is what I'm doing over the next few minutes. I haven't got my tripod, guys. It's in my room. I could have gone and got it, but you know. Oh, I'm being a little bit lazy today. I've got I'm on my last week of holidays. Now I'm scooched down a little bit just so that I can do these. So basically, a lot of people do sun-dried tomatoes, I think, with cherry tomatoes, or the little round ones. I don't have them. I have normal tomatoes. So I'm just going to do all these. These have all been washed and they've been sitting in the fridge. Me thinking what I was going to do, and plus I couldn't find the lid for the dehydrator. It was still in a box somewhere, and I went through 50 million boxes, and then I thought, let's go through all my cake decorating tubs and accessories, and voila, here it was. I was quite happy. So here I am today doing my tomatoes, and I want to get some of these really, really ripe ones in because they're ready to go. And I haven't really done so. I haven't done a lot of dehydrating. I think I dabbled when I first got the machine. So I'm probably doing this all wrong, and I will learn from my mistakes. But I'm spreading these out on trays, and then I'll put them in. Probably doing them too thick as well. They'll probably take forever, and I'll come back to you in about 10 days time and say, they're still not done. But I guess I should research these sort of things and go from there, but it's too much time for me. And I probably should be doing them in slices, but I like wedges. And once again, they're probably too big, and la 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 la. Some recipes say to stick them in the oven first. I'm thinking, I've got my dehydrator. That's what it's for. Let's just do that straight up. So, as I said, I'm probably doing it all wrong, and you're all going to laugh at me and say, haha. But hey, I should change my channel to You Learn by Kylie's Mistakes. Well, this is my first, this is my 4th week off work since Christmas. I took some time off, some long service leave, and this is my last week. But Glenn has gone back to work today. Poor fella. He did say see you, gave me a kiss and said see you later when he left. So yeah, he had to troop out at 6:30 this morning, and I went back to sleep and got out about 8 o'clock. Yeah. So yeah. And the chicks are gonna love all these bits and pieces. All these offcuts, they will love. Can't remember what I think I've only used this dehydrator once. I can't remember. No, I have used it, and I think I did apples or something like that in it, and then it sort of went in the cupboard, and this was when I was back in Bendigo where I used to live. No longer there now. I'm on our property here with four acres, and trying to do all this sort of interesting stuff. I think those ones are a bit big. I will cut some of them down. I got a bit excited, I mean, yeah. There's another tray. I don't want to overstack them, and I think I got another 4 trays to go, so do some more of these riper ones and get these ripe ones all in, because if these take a few days, at least then the other ones that aren't quite as ripe will have time to ripen up. Yep. Yep. That one's got bugs in it. Let's see if it's in this half. No. So, I can't remember what I've said. I do have some chickens. I have 5 chickens. I have 3 Isa Browns. And I have 2 silkies. I think 2 of my Isa Browns are laying eggs, but one I think has only laid 1 at the moment, where one of the other ones has been laying pretty much constantly for the last 4 or 5 days. So I've been getting at least 1 egg a day, but I like to bake in that, so I'm sort of using all them up slowly. Oh, I think I've got 3 or 4 in the carton there. I think since I've had them, I think we're up to number 9. So yeah, it's good to go out there every day and say hello to them. 2 of them will actually let me pet them. The silkies, they're a bit fiddly, aren't they? They're a bit fussy. I bought them more for pets, and if we get eggs out of them, we get eggs out of them. If we don't, it's okay. But I just think they're damn cute and love them. They're so funny because they've got the fluffy top, and it's a bit long on them, and they run into the fence, so I have to catch them and give them a haircut. They're funny. Where Glenn, he's having fun with the sheep. He feeds the sheep every day. He'll take some hay to them. And because the sheep are going to be for breeding purposes and then for meat, Glenn said you're not allowed to name them, but I've named them. Basil for the male, Rosemary and Thyme for the other 2. But we're thinking that those ones are going to be our breeders. Then once they have babies, maybe then for meat. But we haven't got the logistics of that down yet, so at the moment they're only young, so they're not breeding at all, and we're just fattening them up and feeding them and letting them live the high life on the nice green grass that we're allowed to water. We have water rights, so we do have a good bit of water, so we can water from our dam, which is, we've got 2 dams, so we can water whenever we want, and there's no water restrictions on any of that for us. And we could basically water our grass, our outside, every day of the year. Mind you, it did storm up last night. We had a little bit of a thunderstorm, and we got some nice rain. I think first time we checked the water gauge, we had 5 mils, and then it stopped raining for a bit, and then I haven't checked the water gauge from what happened last night, but Glenn and I were having bets on how many mils. I think he said 10. Oh, we first said 10 each, and then I said, well, okay, I'll go 12 mils. So I'll have to go out and have a look and see what we got. See who won that one, because he won the first one. He was closest. I was being a bit lenient on what we got, where he was within a mil. So yeah, okay, there's another tray done. Actually might have enough trays for all this. I think we'll get it all in one, which would be good. Some of these are very ripe and ready to go. And I wasn't quite really, I really wasn't quite ready to do jarred tomatoes. I haven't really got jars and all that for that sort of thing. I've got a couple of jars I can, once these are done, I can soak in oil, and I'll put garlic and herbs in there. But I really haven't got the whole canning gist. Well, I've done jam before, so I've done water baths. I haven't got a pressure canner, which is a goal to get. And my ultimate goal, I so love a freeze dryer. And I am one of these people who, I have got all the gadgets and all that, because I just love getting in there and doing stuff. If I didn't have to work, I could potter around all day practicing and honing in on different things. I've just gotten onto a site to learn to do some sourdough. That really, I love making bread, but I want to really do a lot of things from scratch now that we're like 20 minutes out of the nearest town where we can go shopping and that. We're nowhere near Costco, so all my friends in America are so lucky to have Costco just down the road, or half an hour away or something. I think nearest Costco is about almost 2 hours away, and I just don't think we're in that stage of needing to do that sort of bulk sort of things. So yeah, but I do want to eventually get into more canning and preparing things and having things in the pantry, so that it just makes life so much easier, and I don't have to then worry about what to cook. I can just grab something from the pantry and chuck it all together, and I'm just loving how some people, especially in America, I don't see a lot of Australians doing it, but as I said, I have only just really been getting into homestead cooking and preparing and that sort of thing. So this is what you call brand new, green, haven't done it at all sort of thing. Maybe dabbled in some jam. I did actually pickle some onions a few years ago. I had a farmer come through work and said that the onions that they grew were too big for what Woolworths wanted, or too small, or something like that. Hang on, back in a sec. And so anyway, so what they were going to do was they were just going to dig the soil back up and dig the onions back into it and let them mulch down into it. And he goes, bring some buckets, come and grab as many as you like. So I went out there and I had 4 great big buckets of onions, and I pickled them in different in pickling spice and different varieties of vinegar. Some onions were small enough that I could put in the jars as whole pickled onions, and then others I did as slices and all that, which were, they were delicious actually. So I think next time when I see like big bags, like here you can get really big bags of cheap like carrots and things like that. A lot of people will buy them at the supermarket and that, but around here I'm thinking that maybe there'll be, I can get some bulk packs of onions and do pickled onions, and I've got cucumbers out there. Whether I might look into doing some pickled cucumbers. I've got apple cucumbers or crystal apple cucumbers growing. A girl at work really liked them, and I thought, well, let's grow them. And I did, and I am. So it's been good. So, and I don't like the look of that one, so that one's going to the chooks. So once they come up to being ripe, we'll see how many I get off that, and I might do a couple of jars, because at the moment I'm only doing small batches. I'm not doing, 50, 60 jars here or there. I'm happy with 2 or 3, just to see, if I like them and what I like. I want to have a dabble at all different things and see if I do like them. If I don't like them, I just won't do them again next year, and I'll do something different. So I get bored with things too easy, I think. I like to do all different things and learn different things. Don't like that bit. So, yeah, as I said, we'll find out with these ones if they work or not. And I think I've cut my head off halfway through all this video, so if you just see this top bit, it's because I haven't scrooched down, because I was too lazy to get the tripod. So, for all you people, experts out there, who've done sun-dried tomatoes before, how do you do yours? What sort of, if you want to share your recipe, what's your recipe? This is just ideas that have come from Pinterest. So someone said do this, and then another person adds this, and another, so I'm sort of making a Kylie recipe up, but hopefully it'll be okay. You'd think for my first go I'd just do something that's just set by recipe, but I only do that when I do my actual baking, that I go by the recipe. Mind you, I made blueberry muffins yesterday, and the recipe only had for 2 tablespoons of caster sugar in it, and I've made them before, and which a very long time ago, and I can't remember them being so bland. They're not sweet. I don't know whether I was expecting like a blueberry cupcake but it just wasn't sweet enough for me. So Glenn's daughter's gonna take some to work. Glenn took some to work today, so I got strawberries in there. I might make some strawberry ones, but a different recipe, because I was going to do strawberry, but last night I couldn't be bothered chopping up the strawberries. So I think I've got one more tray. I should be able to get the last couple of tomatoes in, and I might have another couple of tomatoes or cherry tomatoes that will go to waste if I don't put them in here as well. So I might add them as well. Anyway, as I was saying, if you got any great recipes or tips on sun-dried tomatoes, let me know, because I've still got a heap more. I have got a really nice mustard pickle recipe which needs green tomatoes, so if I get to a point where we're done with tomatoes on the vine and we want to get rid of them, I'll take the green ones off and I'll make some mustard pickles, because I must admit they actually turned out really well last time I made them, thanks to Auntie Kathy on my niece's dad's side. And the good thing about these, even though we lost some of these tomatoes to insects, we didn't use any pesticides or anything in this. We had a good quality veggie soil, and that was about it. We put some mulch on top, and we've just been watering away. And yeah, well guys, you've nearly entertained me while I've been chatting away to you, while I've done these tomatoes. Too bad if Glenn wants tomato sandwiches tomorrow. I've used them all. I'll do a sun-dried tomato. No, I don't think they're going to be ready tomorrow. I think they're going. The way I've chopped these, I think these are going to be at least 2, maybe 3 days to be done. I'm not sure whether I should turn the dehydrator up for the first few hours. I'm just going to this fridge and see if I've got any other ones back. Okay, so one for the chooks, and looks like, yeah, these are almost ready for the chooks, but not quite, so I think I'll be able to make these ones. Very ripe for these ones, so I've got them just in time, I think. Yeah. So we'll see what the difference is on there, on the timing. Well, the chooks are going to love me. Now, as I said, did I tell you the names of the chickens? Crispy, Popcorn, and one of the original ones was called Nugget, but unfortunately Nugget was a bit sick when we got her and didn't make it. So the guy that we got them from replaced her, and that one's going to the chooks, and we ended up getting Goldie. So I did have the KFC girls, but now we've got 2 KFC girls and a golden girl. So yeah, okay, let's now put these inside the dehydrator, and I might actually sprinkle them. With a bit of salt as I put them in. Gives them a little bit of hopefully I won't drop it. Okay, here we go. So here's my dehydrator. One layer at a time. So I did just do a sprinkling of, very small sprinkling of salt on top. Okay. that is my dehydration of tomatoes around, so that's all set in there. I have a Devante. I put it in for 8 hours. I've set it at 45 degrees, but once I stop this, I'm going to look into what time it should be, and I'll adjust that, and then we'll go from there. But at the moment, I've just put it on 45 just to set it, to get it warmed and to get it started. So fingers crossed, in the next couple of days, I'll come back to you jarring up some sun-dried tomatoes. Okay, see ya. Hi guys, coming back to you a couple of days later. I've finished doing my sun-dried tomatoes in my dehydrator. I will flick this around for you to have a look. So they've turned out really nice and crispy. I thought that I might have had them cut too big, but I'm now thinking that with some of them I could have actually gone, because they're very paper thin, they're not like really solid, like you do, like you get in your supermarket jars. But I have done, because some did actually come out quicker than others, so I've only got 2 trays to jar up now, but I've actually got minced garlic or chopped garlic, some oregano, the olive oil, and some salt, and I don't think I did pepper, so just salt. So I've got 2 of these jars plus what will go into this one out of these 2 trays. So I'm pretty happy with the way that they've come out. I did have some stick to the bottom of the trays, but mostly it all come out for me, so I'm really happy with that. And now I just have to let them soak in the oil for, you know, 10 to 14 days, and then they will be all done and go into the pantry for later use. So there we go guys, that is my sun-dried tomatoes. Not a complete failure, I've had worse, so at least these actually dried up, and I made 2 jars out of all those tomatoes that I had that probably would have gone off because we wouldn't have eaten them, and I haven't really did have any other plans regarding doing salsa or sauce or anything like that. Actually, I'm thinking I might get another 2 jars, because that's pretty full, and then by the time you squish it down, put oil in it, I think that one's done. So yeah, so we'll get basically 4 of these jars of sun-dried tomatoes, which is really good. So I just give them a bit of a shake around and mix all those yummy goodnesses in, and we'll try them in about 14 days. Okay guys, so that's my sun-dried tomatoes, and we'll go from there. I might have to try and dehydrate something else now. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, wait for the next adventure, hey? Thanks a lot.